Happy Monday. Welcome to art class. How are you all doing? Good? Great. So, to start off, we always do, we always ask a question to get to know each other. So, why don't you guys go type in the chat as a form of your participation what we did over the weekend or your favorite animal. So, let's share that. I'll give you guys a few seconds to go do that. Oh, wow, Kyle, you visited your grandma? That's awesome. I visited my parents' house. That's cool. Oh, Cindy, you went to the mall? That's great. Awesome, guys. Great. So now that we did the participation, we can go ahead and get started with today's lesson. So today we are going to talk about the element of art called value. And as your entry ticket today, I want you guys to type in the chat, what do you think the term value means in art? So I'm going to give you guys just a minute or two to go ahead and think about that. And remember to type your answers in the chat, and then we're going to go ahead and discuss it. Great. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of money kind of things, like value, monetary value. That makes sense. Oh, someone said shading. Good job. Great, these are awesome responses, guys. So let's go ahead and see what it means. So it's not about money, right? In art, it's not about the monetary value of art. There's definitely a place for that in art galleries when people are buying things, but it's not about the money. Value in art actually deals with the lightness or the darkness of a color. Does someone want to volunteer to read this? Any go-getters this Monday morning? No? Okay, guys, that's fine. I'll read it. So, value in art defines how light or dark a given color or hue can be. So basically, if it's really white, really black and dark, and all of those grays in between, that's what values are. And they're best understood when they're visualized as a scale from light to dark. And I know this sounds like kind of weird right now, but we're gonna practice it. You guys are gonna master it and be real artists. So let's go ahead and look at some examples. So one of the most famous artists who deals with value is called M.C. Escher. And these are these really cool pictures that we see right here. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I know, right? They're super impressive. So basically making a 2D object, so like this hand, right? It looks like a drawing, pop off the page and look really real, right? Like as if it was like a person was there on the page and it looks like a photograph. So I really love the picture of these hands. You guys do too? Yep, I agree. So it goes from these 2D sleeves, but they look like it's on the paper. And all of a sudden it looks like the hands are drawing themselves. These really cool mazes I thought you guys would like. Those are pretty cool. And we got this cool sphere going on. And there's a bunch of other artists that use value, and you guys are going to become artists today too when you do that. And this example at the top shows how it becomes, this flat-looking object. The artist slowly began adding values to it and then making it smoother and smoother so it looks like pretty realistic. And this picture of the circle, we see how, a 2D circle becomes a 3D sphere. And we'll be practicing that today. And this is a video I have for you guys, so let's go ahead and watch it. It's super, super long, but we are just going to watch the first 22 seconds of that. And let me play it. And as you can see in the video, you see it goes from a 2D flat, circle, and then this oval shape, and all of a sudden it gets transformed into this beautiful eye. And doesn't it look realistic, guys? Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? So we're going to be making your art a lot better once we learn how to use value. It really makes your drawings look realistic and pop off the page. One of the things you guys wouldn't really think about is the importance of light source with value. Did you guys think about that? No, right? Yeah, so actually light is really important because it makes shadows. So when you guys stand outside and the sun is hitting you guys, like in this picture over here with the people, you see like when you turn around, you see this huge long shadow, right? So light is really important for value because it's going from something really light, the light hitting your head, and then all of a sudden going really dark when it casts a shadow. So in this picture, we see how someone made a sphere, right? So they chose a light source to be in this upper right corner. And so the lightest part is going to be where the light's hitting. It's going to form a shadow. That's where all of our grays are going to be in our value scale. And then that darkest shadow is going to be where the light isn't at all, where it doesn't hit. And that's going to be right at the end of the sphere. And that's why it creates this illusion that it's coming off the page, because we believe that that's what happens in real life. And here are just a bunch of shapes for you guys. And that's going to help you guys out later on when you are going to be making your own shape that pops off the page. And so today, we're going to also look at value scale, and you guys are actually going to be making your own, hint, hint, so it's going to be really fun. A value scale organizes the values that range from white to black, so this is dark to white, but it's fine, with all the shades of gray in between. And when you kind of mesh it all together, it's called a gradation. And so this one shows 7 steps, but I'm only going to make you guys do 6 steps. But for now, I feel like I did a whole lot of talking. I want to do a check for understanding with you guys. So let's make sure we're all together and all clear, because I feel like I'm just talking too much. So I want you guys to look at the following images here. I'm going to point to them, and you guys are going to tell me. Give me a thumbs up for the ones that demonstrate a use of value. So does this one show value? No, right? Good job. How about this one? Great job, guys, because look, it's popping off the page. This one? Yep, it's a cone, right? Because we see a shadow over here. How about this one, guys? Easy peasy, right? You guys are already mastering this. Awesome job, guys. I saw a lot of thumbs up at the correct spots. I'm very proud of you guys. Good job. So now let's go see it in action. So I am going to model how you guys are going to make a value scale and use it to make a 2D circle become a 3D sphere. So let's watch that. Okay guys, now that you saw my modeling of it, let's do another check for understanding, because I want to make sure you guys are really getting this. So let's do a 3, 2, 1. I want you guys in the chat, or you can holler it out right now. This is going to be super informal. Share what you learned. So what did you just see? What did I just do? What did you find interesting? What did you like about it? And also, I want you guys to ask me a question. So we don't have to do it in that exact order, but I just want people to shout out their questions, what they found it cool, what you learned. Great, so we started out with making a value scale. Great job, Emma. Yep, Kyle, good job, you continued it. And then I made the circle, and I used my scale to actually make it look like a sphere. And what did I remember to do? Right, good job, Kyle. I remembered to put the light source in, so I remembered so it looked realistic, because we want those shadows to seem real. And so you found that interesting, good. And a question, how do you make it smooth? Well, remember how I used the tortillon to smooth it? That's what you guys are going to do too. And if you don't have a tortillon at home, you can just use your finger. Super easy. Okay, guys, I think we all got it. That's great. Let's keep going. So now it's your turn, my little artists. So your task, I know we are at home, but I know that all of you guys have pencil and paper. So get 2 pieces of paper, grab a pencil. On the first paper, I want you to do what I do. So make your gradient scale. You're going to make your rectangle with the 6 boxes going from white to dark. And on the second paper, I want you to choose a shape other than a circle, because I already gave you that. So now it's time for you guys to think of something different. So you can choose a triangle, you can use a square, a rectangle. If you want something challenging, you feel like it, I don't know if you should start with it. You can do a challenging 2D form. But let's start with something simple, maybe just to make sure you guys get the hang of it. And remember, don't forget your light source, that you have to hit it on the where it hits is going to be the lightest part, the whitest part. And where it's the furthest away from the light is going to be your darkest part. So always remember that. And I'm going to be letting you guys all open the breakout rooms. And you guys can either go in the breakout room alone, we can listen to music here, and you can chill out with me. Whatever you guys feel comfortable, just let me know. If you have any questions, type in the chat. And now I just want you guys to work. This will be your work period. Okay, guys, so we got a little work period going on. Sorry to barge in, but I just want you guys to hold up what you've been working on. Kyle, that looks great. Cindy, you could maybe shade a bit more on the side. Remember your light source, right? You want it to be, if you kind of go from white to dark all of a sudden, you really have to use those grays in your value scale to make it look more realistic, okay? So why don't you go ahead and try that again. But that looks amazing. You guys are doing great. Oh, wow, David, you really listened to my advice that I typed to you in the chat. You really made it look more realistic by focusing on where the whites are and using those grays. I'm super proud of you. Good job, guys. So now I want you guys to have a self and peer critique before we do the exit ticket because class is almost over. So let's go ahead. I want everyone to put up all their works. I don't care what the completion of it is. I want you guys to, let me go back to the previous slide. I want you guys to go and just share it up. I want all your friends to see it loud and proud. Show it up, what you made. Wow, guys, look at what great artists you are. These look amazing. Wow, we got cones. We got cubes. We got all these cool shapes. Oh, someone tried to do a really funky shape over there. These look great, guys. I'm so proud of you. So I want you guys to now share what you did, how you did it to help your friends. That's going to be part of your self-critique and what you think you did really great, what do you think you can work on. And then your peers are going to also put their feedback and say how they did it and maybe what they did better and like what ideas would you share with each other. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, guys, that was such a great self and peer critique. I'm so proud of you. You really felt like real artists. I remember when I was in art school, we do critiques all the time, and that's exactly how we do them. And they're kind of scary, right? But I'm really proud of you guys for really showing what your strengths are and your weaknesses are. And you know what? We're going to work on those throughout the year, so don't worry. You're going to get better at this, especially when you see the homework, which will be really fun. I know it's not fun homework, but this will be cool. So now they're about to leave. Before I give you your homework, let's do the exit ticket super quick. So I want you guys to type in the chat again the same question. What do you think the term value means in art? And now I know you guys are pros. You're going to have such sophisticated responses. And I also want you to type either an A or a B in the chat. Which image demonstrates the use of value? Is it the heart? Or is it the skull? So go ahead and type that in the chat. And I'm getting a bunch of super correct answers, so I'm so proud of you guys. So go ahead. I'll leave this up for a bit. Great. And now that we have done that, let me give you guys your homework. And classic, lots of puns, right? Fruitful homework. You guys are going to pick a fruit, your fruit of choice. Though I do suggest, for those of you who kind of found today, I think I did okay, but I'm still kind of confused how to shade that well, where the light source is. I think you guys should focus on something circular, maybe like something like this apple. You can pick an orange. That'll be easier for you to do. Or if you're like, oh my gosh, I mastered this. I'm basically MC Escher. I got this. I want you guys to try something more complex and challenging, like a banana or a pear. So you're going to pick those forms. Remember, you're going to pick your light source. That's super important. And you're going to use the value scale that you made in class today. And you are going to draw a 3D version of your fruit, just like this one, with shadows, with the highlights and everything in pencil. And another helpful tip that I had for you guys, I wrote this, and I'm going to post this entire slideshow on Google Classroom, so you'll have access to it. So if you're like, what that was I supposed to do, it's right here. But you should focus on the shape as if it were 2D, start from that form, and then make it pop from the page. So if no one has any questions, I'll be emailing you guys. If anyone wants to stay after class to tell me about something, please let me know. Other than that, have a great rest of your Monday, and awesome jobs, awesome jobs, my fellow, I can't even speak today. Also, it's Monday. Awesome jobs, my fellow artists, and you guys can go. And great job, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.